I'm going to be taking a look at a couple of things that Leandro Lo used to defeat Gordon Ryan. This was back in 2017, before Gordon was really established as the GOAT, and Leandro himself was the favorite to win this division at ADCC. Obviously, it ended up being won by Gordon, but there's a couple of key takeaways at how Leandro used tactics and a strategic mindset to shut down Gordon's game. And I think out of all people in Jiu-Jitsu, it's probably Leandro Lo and Andre Galvao that are the top tacticians in the whole sport. So the first 5 minutes of the match is just a lot of hand fighting. Gordon Ryan obviously wants to be taken down by Lo so that he can get to bottom position fast and start working his game. Leandro would be aware of this and just be trying to take as long as possible to get things going so that he doesn't have to stall as much to get to the actual points period of the match. So here, Gordon's walking forward. Leandro just takes a nice shot. This is what Gordon would have wanted. After he's taken down, Gordon looks to really search for this 2-on-1 grip on the wrist. A friend of mine calls it a burrito grip, so we'll call it that. There you see Leandro stripped it straight away. He talks about this in his guard retention instructional and his supine guard instructional, where because Leandro's passing style involves diving for an underhook and sending a knee cut, taking that 2-on-1 grip allows you to prevent their underhook and prevent their cranial shift in general, so they can't control your head. And if they dive for the knee cut regardless, you can simply use that to just misdirect them further overhead than they want and just square up. Notice Leandro is doing a lot of disengaging. As soon as Gordon tries to do anything, Leandro is just stripping grips, backing away. If you watch any Leandro match, this is pretty much what he does. He's obviously just waiting for the points period. Here, now that we're closer to the points period, we can see where Leandro's strategic mindset really comes in and what he was actually planning on doing for this match. But notice how because it's close to points, Leandro is already sneaking further and further to the boundary compared to the start of the match. What he's looking to achieve here is disengage so much that Gordon's only option is to chase a wrestle up. And as soon as Gordon takes a wrestle up, Leandro can flee out of bounds and it forces Gordon back into a standing position, now with points. So he does successfully do this multiple times in the match, and that's what he uses to win. He knows that if they get reset standing, Gordon will take the penalty for pulling or take 2 points for conceding a takedown. So Leandro, being close to the boundary here, knows that he can flee off the mats as soon as Gordon attacks anything. So Gordon's trying to use that burrito grip, turns it into an arm drag. We'll see it in a second here, exactly how masterful Leandro is at gaming the boundary. What he does, he prompts a wrestler up by backing away and immediately flees straight out of bounds. Now, I feel like Gordon might know this is exactly what happened, so he tries to go back to bottom position. The ref says, no, you stood up. And here, Leandro's won the match based on this. So either Gordon takes a -1 or Leandro can win by taking Gordon down. So here we have Leandro and his tactics. He's positioning himself where if Gordon shoots for a takedown, he's not going to be able to complete it because it would go out of bounds. Leandro can shoot whenever he wants, and Gordon's defense would lead into the whole entire mat space. Leandro takes him down, and look how athletic he is in maintaining this position and maintaining the score. So the whole rest of the match, he was kind of stalling, not doing anything, but he knows this is how he's going to win the match. Insists on holding Gordon down, and he accomplishes that goal. I think it's brilliant. A testament to how these old school Brazilian IBJJF guys just are masters at gaming the rule set and winning matches. So here we're about to see the same thing, where Leandro's obviously positioned himself to where he can't be taken down. The only response he's giving is a wrestle up. Gordon tries to do this with a snap down to front headlock, and immediately Leandro flees out of bounds. Same thing, Gordon's told he has to stand up. This is brilliant from Leandro because it secures him at least a 3-point advantage, which means he has, 3 penalties to work with. Look at his positioning once again. Impossible to take him down. Gordon tries, but they go out of bounds. I think it is worth pointing out here that we know now that the ADCC rule set loves their out of bounds action, but that really only became trendy more recently because the clips go viral on the internet, so they entertain that nonsense a bit more. But you can see, even in that initial exchange where Gordon was attacking a wrestle up and it forced him to stand up the first time, In a modern ADCC match, that could have gone on, but back in 2017, they weren't really doing that. There's so many examples of it in every Leandro match, but there, look, his positioning was his back to the boundary. Gordon attacks the takedown. Leandro dumps Gordon, and he's trying to secure this, but Gordon's got a really solid leg entry or sweep, and Leandro knows he can just flee out of bounds, and there's nothing Gordon can do about it. So he picks up a single, dumps Gordon, and secures another 2 points. Here we're looking at closer to the end of the match. This is actually probably the deepest connection Gordon has got until this point. Double underhooks from a full butterfly. Obviously, as soon as he tries to actually sweep that Ashigami, Leandro just flees straight away to the out of bounds portion. Some things that I think future Gordon would have done in this match instead. Obviously, we know he evolved a lot. It's been a long time. I think that this late in the match, knowing that Leandro is insisting on disengaging from Gordon's butterfly half, I think what Gordon would have done these days is, firstly, not been taken down because he's much better at the standing position, but secondly, he probably would have done what he did against Carl Baim, where he relinquishes the butterfly and gives his opponent a knee shield instead. What that would allow him to do is use a push-pull motion to force Leandro to engage. This is actually exactly how Craig Jones was able to have more success against Leandro than Gordon had in the same year. The same ADCC year, Craig Jones obviously upset Leandro Lo, and it's because he played a more Z-guard knee shield game instead of the butterfly half. It just allows you to pull someone in when they're insisting on disengaging, and Gordon talks about this in his half guard instructional. So yeah, I hope you like that little breakdown of Leandro's tactical mindset and how he uses kind of gaming the rule set to beat even the future greatest of all time, Gordon Ryan. Winning an ADCC rules match against Gordon is a serious deal, especially since he went on to win ADCC that year.